We're back. Episode 9.
Episode 9. I don't remember. Maybe that's a problem.
Yes, sir.
We're back.
Week 9.
With some Coors Light.
Some Coors Light, some good combos. We got the usual topics on board for today.
This time we didn't shoot over 100 and come in.
This time, no golf
tipsy.
Earlier today. You had work, I had work
AKA
today.
me.
Yeah, it was a good day. Last week was a Sunday.
It was like, I'm sure some of our friends that listen, it was very relatable. Like you hit hole, maybe we'll say 3, and you're just like, you know what? Fuck it. Where's the car girl?
Yeah.
So it was one of those days.
By
But
then,
that did not carry very well into actually recording the podcast. So
I thought last episode was good.
I thought it was fun. You know what's funny is on the last episode, you had brought up a different cold open. I don't remember off top. It was something else.
It was something.
And I just opened social media and I saw the whole like 100 men versus the gorilla, and I was like, no, this is the cold open.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about it, and it's so funny. Like this whole past week, I saw it all over social media, and still this morning I wake up and it's still a topic. Yeah. So let's recap. Do you still feel like 100 men would take a gorilla?
I still believe the man.
You're
would.
fucking
No. I for sure maybe medium strength, or
Absolutely
I'll
not.
go through it again.
Oh
Medium,
my God.
upper, like echelon, a random group of men who are not puny weaklings would take the gorilla.
No, dude. See, okay, I've seen so many online.
Go for the eyes. Go for the eyes.
No, it wouldn't matter.
It would.
Here's the thing. Like, I've seen so many arguments online, like, oh, all it takes is like 5 guys on each arm. Like, what makes you think that the gorilla is just gonna stay still?
What makes you think the men would stay still?
The men are obviously not going to stay still, but what makes you think the gorilla is the important part? Fuck the men.
There were AI, there were models done that showed the men would win.
Okay, no. The AI is lying to you. The AI has been shown to just please humanity, and ChatGPT, Sam Altman's already working on that. That's a different conversation.
I'm telling you, man.
But I'm telling you, 100 men would absolutely get obliterated by a gorilla.
On my drive over here, I was thinking, what would be the next good question that people argue for a week or two over. I couldn't think of one.
100 women versus accountability.
Oh, no.
That was actually really good.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. All right, we're back. Let's get this episode started. Okay, I'll start it off, and this is like not even something that's really pop culture related. It's just something that I've seen and I'm interested in because I work in marketing. I work in CPG primarily.
What is CPG?
Consumer packaged goods.
Got it.
And a trend that I've seen that's been very prevalent is like this protein trend.
Okay.
I think it's more focused on women lately, like whether it's like chips or like healthy snacks. Or maybe, because I think back when we were, say, let's like between high school and college, you had the protein powder and the muscle milks and the protein bars and all this. And I think that was primarily catered towards males. And now in the social media age where everyone's paying attention to their, their image, their physique, zero sugar is like the thing. If you're not zero sugar in general, you're losing, in my opinion. It doesn't matter.
I disagree.
You can disagree all you want, but you see it in like soda brands. People like McDonald's is not selling what they sold. Like you can see it across the board. Fast food is not selling what they used to sell. Across the board, people are making more healthy decisions. Okay. If you're making a terrible decision, it's with intentionality. Meaning, like, if you want to get the sugary, don't make that face. I see you. If you want to get the sugary drink or the snack, you're going all in. You're not going half-assed.
You got to go all the way.
You're going all the fuck in. You're going for like the fucking 1,000-calorie, snack. You're not going for like the typical like.
But you only do it like once a week.
You only do it once, and that's where like I'm just my mind's going to like a Dutch Bros. That's where like a Dutch Bros versus like Starbucks succeeds. Like, but generally speaking, like I'm not even going to coffee. Across the board, everything is going zero sugar, health and wellness, better for you products, and a trend that I've seen now is like everything has protein. Like
what kind of protein? Whey?
Like it could be whey, it could be soy, whatever. It's less about the type of protein and more the fact that everyone is counting. And this is in my opinion, more catered towards women. I've seen this trend online where like women are counting their protein counts.
Grams. The
grams of protein, like, based on their weight. And it's become this whole thing. It's like, oh, you want to grow your ass and blah, blah, blah. You got to eat your body weight in protein, And, which is good. I think it's like general like
we've
health.
Heard forever, right?
Yes, we have. But I think that now it's kind of stuck and it's become this trend for like, appearance and like shaping your ass and your body and blah, blah, blah. So I think, food products are starting and CPG brands are starting to catch up. And I've just seen it, dude. I saw, there's literally a protein specific, like a protein forward energy drink. And I forget who's launching it, but I saw it on my feed and I sent it to Daniel and I was like,
smart.
I was like, this is going to work.
Genius. Yeah.
Here's the thing is like,
it's not even genius. It's just going to work.
Yeah, it's going to work because it's the time for it. In 10 years, this gap or this moment it might pass. I might be wrong, but right now it's hot.
How many grams of protein are in the drink?
I think it's like 20 grams.
20 grams.
Which is pretty good.
For
an energy drink?
For a can?
Yeah,
like
for
this?
a can. Like a 12-ounce can.
That's pretty good.
Like this.
It's got to taste like crap, though.
We don't know. Because I think that there are products out there that have done a pretty good job of getting the protein count and having the product actually taste good.
At least taste decent.
Tastes decent. Because like back in our day when we were lifting weights and everything in high school, the protein was just powdery and grainy and it was just disgusting. But anyway, I wanted to bring this up just because like it's the field that I work in, like CPG, and I've just seen this trend where that's where it's going that I see. It's just general wellness primarily, but I just feel like the female market right now is just like this. That's like where you lead. You lead with, it used to be like zero carb, and it still is. I'm not saying it's not, like zero carb, zero sugar, but now like it's protein forward.
I wanted to ask you, I think I sent this to you, the idea or the study that says that Gen Z workers are getting fired at a much higher rate than previous generations.
Yep, I saw that.
And it just made me want to have a conversation or do you think that it's valid? Do you think it's real? Do you think it's true? And why, if so?
I don't think that I've had any particular like meaningful interactions with Gen Z workers like at my job, aside from maybe like interns. But the interns that we've had, I mean, like any internship is like relatively light work compared to, if you have a full-time position. So it's hard to tell like how good of a worker they are compared to if they had a regular full-time position. So it's hard to have comment on this.
Yeah.
But I did look up, for the sake of this podcast, I looked up some articles, and I don't have the specific statistics on hand, but there have been multiple studies since like 2023 that have kind of tried to gauge Gen Z
work ethic.
Yeah, like success in the corporate America workspace, and there's these anecdotal responses from like bosses, and this is like in big quotes because like this could be like a manager, a CEO from a startup,
any
blah, 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 like any form of a boss. Just touching on like why they don't want to hire Gen Z, and a lot of this has to do with like communication skills, effort. And my take on this is like, after I read the articles, and I'm going to step back and just give a general comment on this. I think it's because of social media. I think like now compared to when we were, because like when we were teens, right? Like our parents are like, okay, you got to get your education, you got to work hard. And like, they come from a different generation of like, getting your hands dirty. And it's like, and they try to instill that in you. And we obviously went through the whole like millennial down talk, and like millennials are lazy, which I don't think is actually true.
I don't think it is either.
But, I think every generation goes through this like scrutiny, some sort of label that gets slapped on. So I want to give Gen Z credit in that space, or in that sense, I should say. But I do think that there's definitely an element to like growing up with social media and influencers and seeing how easy it is for some people to make money off just, making a brand for themselves, like a personal brand, and getting like brand deals and this and that. So when you enter a workspace and you have someone telling you to go do like something that you don't want to do, you're just like, do I really have to do this?
Yeah.
There's definitely that element. And that's one. The element of like, do I really have to do this is one piece of it. The other part of it is I think that social skills probably just aren't there.
Yeah.
If anything, I think this is a question for you. I mean, you are a high school teacher. without, saying names or anything specific, like what do you see in your classes? And obviously, like your high school kids are what gen? Because they're not Gen Z. They're the next generation after, aren't they?
I thought they were Z still. If they're 17, 18 right now, because I have the older kids. What's after Z? Alpha? Now we're back to
Alpha.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't really put a lot of. I don't agree, to be honest, with the idea that the Gen Z, Gen Alpha kids are
lazy.
Are lazy. I don't, because I think that, like you said, it's that cycle that it goes and happens every time, right? Where the young kids are seen as less, or they don't work as hard.
Yeah.
They're not as good, or they have it easy, right?
Yes.
My kids that I've worked with the past 8 years they're kids, man. Like, no matter where they're from, they could be from Mobile, they could be from Riverside, they could be from the beach. It doesn't matter. Like, kids are kids, and yeah, they're gonna do dumb stuff. They're gonna be lazy at points, but I don't think that it's like a pandemic of laziness or epidemic of laziness or anything like that. I think that they're just kids and they're grown up. And if they need to be fired or they need to be, scrutinized for, doing dumb stuff, at the workplace at 17, 18, they'll figure it out.
Okay.
I don't,
but do you think that that's like a... Because, I guess my point is that I don't think these articles are just popping out of nowhere. I do think that there's some truth. There has to be some truth here, right?
Maybe.
Whether that's like actually having anything to do with the generation specifically, or maybe it's the older generation imposing their ideas, and then it's just like there's still a disconnect.
Yeah, there's
like there has to be some truth, whether it's like the older generation's fault or the younger generation's fault.
I would say... Okay, I see what you're saying. I think that the older generation, the managers right now, the bosses right now, are in many ways out of touch, right? With, the kids, the young ones, whoever.
Yes.
And maybe their expectations are rooted in what they had to do growing up, right?
It's I had to go through this.
So you have to do exactly the same thing, right? And maybe the young ones right now are like, no, like that's dumb.
Yeah, they're like, fuck you.
Yeah, like why would I work this minimum wage job and do this when I think I don't need to? Right. And that's going back to like they feel maybe not entitled is the right word, but they feel like that they're better than that.
Yeah, or like it's like I have more to offer. Like don't give me this basic task. I have a brain.
Yeah.
You can ask me questions and I'll figure out a bigger problem for you. Yeah,
yeah.
I could see that too, because I do think that in the past, when social media wasn't relevant, all you really got asked to do was like, hey, go fetch me a coffee or whatever. And it's like, no, like I can ask me how to get you more, like market share online. Like, I know how to do that. So I can see how that can be a thing.
I think that there are too many teachers, too many young adults, 30s, 40s, whatever, that don't really understand that these kids are great kids and
that they're smarter than you think.
They're smart, man. They are so smart. They can do things. I was just today actually talking to a couple of my 11th graders that we were talking about just what they do for fun or for work, on the weekends. And they are much more creative than I. They are much smarter than I am when it comes to technology and social media, like you said, and all that stuff. And yeah, maybe they don't always use it, for the most, forward thinking ways, but they have a lot to offer. And they're good kids. They're little nerds. I think I said that last week or before. They're just nice little nerds. Endearing, yeah. They're kids that just want to mind their own business and, not do anything stupid, not hurt anybody, just kind of figure their way out through life and be kind. Most of them are just really kind kids, man.
For sure.
What you got next for me?
Okay, next, this is a quick one. This is just something that I found interesting. In-N-Out has raised their prices due to inflation. A double cheeseburger meal went from $7.95 to $10.15.
I thought I was going crazy when I went there last week and I had to buy some burgers for some of my golfers.
I love me some In-N-Out.
And I thought to myself, there's no way it's $10 for a number two. It's like,
to give them credit, though,
it was lower before.
They've always been really good at keeping their prices low, and I think that In-N-Out is just one of those businesses that is just exceptional. I mean, there's always a line.
Yeah,
and I think given like the climate of the economy, it makes sense. It's just unfortunate, and I think everyone's feeling it. This is more of a metaphor of like everyone,
life right now.
Life right now. It's less about In-N-Out and more just like a tell on everything. Yeah. But
you can't be mad.
Damn, In-N-Out, like it's one of those businesses where it's like they clearly have intentionally tried to keep their prices low to deliver that product at a great a great value.
Same with Costco, right?
Exactly, with their hot dogs. So yeah,
are the Costco dogs still?
I don't know. I feel like I saw something not too long ago where that changed, but
they were always $1.50, right?
I think it was $2.50. No, you're right. It is $1.50, or it was. If it isn't anymore. But yeah, that was just something I saw, and I was like, "Fuck."
Yep. Did you see the controversy with Bill Belichick and his young lady?
No, lay it on me. What's
so
going on?
Bill Belichick, head coach of the Patriots for years, right?
Yep.
Probably the GOAT coach, right? Won how many championships? 5, 6? I don't know. Thank
you, Tom Brady.
Yeah, he is currently dating a 20-something-year-old
who has him by the balls.
So that's. I didn't see the interview, but he was doing an interview the other day, and she was there, and I think they asked him, "How did you two meet?" And she was like,
"We're not talking."
She said, "We're not talking about this."
Yeah, I saw this. Okay.
And in my head, I wasn't upset, obviously. I was just like, damn, Bill, like, come on now. Come on, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
How old is he? Do you know?
I'll look it up. I think he's like 60 something, high.
You got to
60s.
give the man credit. He's just trying to secure the,
I mean, he's
for lack of a better word, the bag.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought that it was interesting,
Yeah. All right, Bill. Get your fun on.
Bill Belichick.
Do what you got to do. And she's just got you wrapped around her finger.
What is like if you're a 60, he's 73.
Jesus. And his girlfriend is what?
73-year-old man. Let's see how old she is. I should have looked this up. Sorry.
20 something? No, it's cool. I'm interested. Well, was your question going to be like, if I was an older man, what my cutoff
if
be
you're
in like
73,
gap?
What's the cutoff of appropriate, I guess?
Oh my God. I think that at that age, I would feel weird going for like a 20-something-year-old. I would say like 40-something.
She's 24.
Jeez.
So it's a 49-year age gap. SNL made fun of it the other day. 49-year age gap is a lot, dude. We're 30. That's like,
I know. That's like meeting someone that isn't even born yet.
That means in 19
we're recording
years,
this, and then like later on we're gonna have a girlfriend that's not even alive right now.
In
That's
19 years,
creepy.
that would mean our girlfriend would be being born.
Sorry, I'm just shuddering a little bit.
But
kind of creepy.
Not who am I to judge? She's old.
I'm judging.
She's a grown woman.
I mean, she is, but
he's a grown man.
God damn, he's very grown.
Grown man.
Grown and shriveled. That's clearly why he's like, yes, whatever you say.
He will do whatever to keep her. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I got another one for you. Coles, good old Coles, fired its CEO. His name's Ashley Buchanan.
Okay.
Yes,
he was
Ashley
a new CEO,
is a dude. Right? Yeah, he was a new CEO since January.
Okay. 4 months.
And the reason he got let go and he got fired by the board was that it was discovered that he signed off on a multi-million-dollar contract to give business to his ex side chick's business. It's not, there's no like, I mean, I tried to look it up. I tried to see like what the specifics of it were. There's nothing that says exactly what the business deal was. The name of the girl is Chandra Holt. She's the founder and CEO of this business called Incredibrew, which is like a coffee business.
Coffee, yeah.
I want to say that she has a background in, she also had a background in Walmart and like, some other business. She's like 40 something.
Okay.
It's not clear what exactly the business deal was, but it was found out that this deal was kind of lucrative for her and it didn't really make sense for the business. And it was just kind of like this, like, like personal dealing just to benefit their relationship.
Which obviously you can't do, right?
That is a lot of Cole's cash.
This is not even pop culture, but today's Cinco de Mayo, and happy Cinco de Mayo, first of all.
Oh my God, it is Cinco de Mayo.
Today's Cinco de Mayo.
I was about to be like, no, it's not.
No, it's not. Yeah.
I thought it was like the 6th of May. So it is Cinco de Mayo.
One of my students,
what are we doing? We should have worn sombreros.
One of my students today was like, Mr. Warren, do you know why we celebrate Cinco de Mayo? And I said, no. So he told me, he said,
I'm trying to hold you accountable.
It's Mexico's victory over France in 1862.
Fuck the French.
And I was like, thanks for, I told him, I know it's not Mexican Independence Day, which a lot of people think it is. It's not. So happy Cinco de Mayo. Also tomorrow, shout out to my wife. It's Happy National Nurses Day, May 6th.
Oh yeah. Shout out to my brother.
Yes.
And my sister-in-law.
Yes. So thank you to the nurses. Yeah.
We got a lot of nurses in our family.
Yep. So shout out to all of them. So.
Okay.
Yeah. What you got for me?
The next thing I got, GTA 6 has been officially delayed to May of 2026.
So like over a year from now.
Yeah. What's going on? Well, I mean, it's a year from now. It's May, dude. Well, it is currently May.
But
it's a year from now.
Saw that?
Whoa,
the actual release date is May 26th, like you said. So yeah, over a year from now.
Whatever.
I told you it's over a year.
Whatever.
It's like a year and a month.
Do you think it matters? Like,
no,
it
doesn't matter at all.
There's been so many delays. Do you think that this is like? Do you think people are hitting that point where they're just like, oh, I'm so over this. Like, I don't care anymore.
No.
Or is it just like such a great franchise that you could literally extend it for another 2 years and people would not give a fuck?
If they delayed it another, like you said, 2, 3, 4 years, people would still be hyped until it comes out. And
I just hope that when it comes out, it's fucking good.
It's gonna break records. It's gonna be the highest selling game of all time. I think GTA 5 came out on PS3.
Yes,
Xbox
I
360,
remember that. Dude.
Right,
that was the first GTA game I played.
Yeah. And we'll both buy it day one on May 26th. It might actually get delayed again. Who knows?
I hope not. Don't say that. Take that back. Take that back right now.
And also, if you're getting mad at a game getting delayed, I think you need to rearrange your priorities, right? Because come on now, there's so many other games to play.
No. They need to get their shit right.
Don't get mad at these people.
I'm on your side, gamers. I'll give you another one.
I mean, for taking games, I guess the only thing is just that the prices of games are now $80. Did we talk about that last week?
I don't think we did specifically, but
Xbox games are now $80. I think the Switch games.
Do you think it's because of the Switch thing?
Yeah, it's just I think maybe the whole economy stuff, right? The pieces of technology, the tariffs of games, physical or not, is going up. So I think PlayStation will probably follow suit, which sucks. But I've been buying a lot less games actually this year, not because of the prices or anything, but just I've felt that I would buy a game and then I wouldn't play it. Yeah. Right. So I waste money. PGA, I bought and played for 20 hours maybe. So I've got some value out of it, but it's a lot of money.
I tried to load it up last night and I was like, damn, I haven't played in a while.
Yeah. So it's just hard to, spend $80 on, 2 games a month or whatever.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I did see that too. I saw that the Xbox console went up like $100.
Yeah, crazy.
And it's crazy because I bought the Xbox twice and then resold it.
Yeah.
I bought the Xbox when it came out and I sold it. And
for market price, right?
Yes. No, I bought it at retail value and then I sold it for like $200 or $300 profit. And then I rebought it like a year or two ago.
Thinking you would play it?
Thinking I would play it, and I didn't. I bought it for Halo, and then I was like, I don't use this at all. So I was like, fuck it, I'll sell it. And then now I'm like, $100 more. I'm not buying it. Whatever. On the topic of tech, rest in peace, Skype. I wish there was some music that we could play over here.
Maybe we can put it in.
Sprinkle it in. But
dude, Skype was a game changer.
Dude, from 2003 to May 2025.
Yeah.
Microsoft officially retires Skype. They acquired it in 2011. And honestly, they fucked up when the pandemic hit.
Yeah, they should have been on it more.
Like Zoom took over. And it's like they had the opportunity.
They were there.
They had the brand name. Everyone knew Skype and they just didn't. They didn't execute, But granted, like Microsoft as a big company, like, are you really going to focus on?
They don't care.
No, I mean, I think they do care, but their attention was on other, business ventures. I mean, like Microsoft has made the majority of its money now, like, business to business sales, Microsoft, selling Microsoft systems, Microsoft Teams and OneDrive,
and not
all
priority.
These things. Yeah. So Microsoft, like the Skype, like kind of fell into the background. And now like you have Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams is now taking over. So it's like, what is Skype to Microsoft Teams? It's nothing. So in my opinion, from a business point of view, it obviously only makes sense. But
you said it started in 2011?
2011 is when they acquired it. It didn't start in 2011.
Yeah, so
it was a private business prior to that, and then it got sold to Microsoft in 2011.
Because I think we were in 8th grade.
That's what I was going to bring up. We were the original
Skypers.
We were the originals.
Skypers and
Skype and Uvu. We used to hop on the calls and
just
do stupid shit and play music, and you'd play guitar, and I would be eating spaghetti.
Yeah, we were just weird kids.
Yeah, just having fun.
But it was fun.
Doing that.
Yeah. That was the video call of 2009.
Yeah, I thought it was worth bringing up just because of the memories.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah. All right, let's talk Thunderbolts.
All right, let's go. You saw it today.
I saw it today.
I saw it Friday night, opening night. Or I guess Thursday was opening.
Okay,
night.
I want you to talk about it first. Okay, and I'll tell you what.
Are we going spoilers?
How long has it been out for?
It came out Thursday night. We can go no spoilers.
Okay, let's go no spoilers.
No spoilers.
But let's just talk about it in general.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm going to go 8 out of 10. I'm a Warren scale.
The Warren scale is not good, dude.
Dude,
you do not have good taste
okay,
in movies.
Let me start. Okay, it was the best Marvel movie since Guardians 3. I liked it way more than Deadpool and Wolverine.
Okay.
It was an 8 out of 10. It wasn't quite the highs of Infinity War Endgame. Way better though than your Captain Marvels, than your whatever else came out recently.
Yeah.
It was good, man. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. I thought Florence Pugh did a great job as Yelena, the lead. I thought that Bucky was great in his role. I thought that Red Guardian was awesome in his role. The comedic, timing of him. I thought Ghost was a little bit undercooked.
Yeah, like they could have developed her a little more.
I wanted a little bit more from Ghost. I thought the villain and the antagonist was the best part of the entire movie. I don't think I've seen a memorable villain in a Marvel movie this good in a long time. Okay, well,
I'll just say that I thought that the villain was way too OP for the storyline.
Okay.
And we should revisit this on a different episode.
All right. But he was good.
No, it was good, but
he was good. The villain.
Yes. Oh, it's a he now.
Well, like the.
Okay.
Damn.
Do you want to touch on Last of Us?
I will quickly. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
No spoilers though.
Okay, good, because I haven't watched the latest episode.
So it's pretty. Some people will say that the game does a lot of the story beats better. I would argue that while it does make some changes, it stays very faithful to the game. And I'm just gonna say that there's a piece of music that's played in episode 4 that was just done really freaking well.
Okay.
And it's very similar to, like I said, what happens in the game. In the game, it's an optional cutscene or optional playable sequence. Mm-hmm. But in the show, they really dedicated probably 2 or 3 minutes to this musical piece that is shared between 2 of the characters. And I had to immediately text Jason, my brother, and say, dude, that was good, really good. And he texted back saying, yeah, just like
cool.
awesome.
That's cool.
He watched it like maybe an hour before I did.
That's cool.
So I'm excited for you to watch that maybe tonight. Dina, the character of Dina, I think is she's so good, and she's way better. This sounds bad, but she is way better than the game version of Dina. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the performance or what, but she's awesome in the show. And the action set pieces are just well done in episode 4. Very consistent with how they look in the game. And when you play them as Ellie, it's super fun and a lot of action, right? But when you watch it, it's just like, oh, it's come to life.
Yeah, I will say I'm a little jealous because I did not play the game, so I'm watching this raw, on a TV level.
Yeah.
But I can imagine that if you played the video game, the emotional connection is a lot higher because obviously it's like the comparison of the video game experience and the memory that you have from when you played it versus now seeing it as a TV show is, very cool.
It came out in 2020, so I was playing it during the pandemic, and like you said, you have those memories of what your life was like back then.
And what you were doing at the time.
Yeah.
It's a little flashback.
Some people are just so bitter though online.
Yeah.
Even
they want it to be perfect.
They want it to be
fucking nerds,
exactly like the game, or they think that this change is so stupid and doesn't measure up to the game. Even people in my class,
fucking losers.
even some kids in my class were like, "Oh, Mr. Warren, like no, it's not good," and that's how they sound.
Oh, Mr. Warren,
it's not the same.
Don't give me homework, Mr. Warren.
They don't sound like that, actually.
I just had to.
They just make me mad sometimes, man.
All right. Yeah. Well, it was
a good episode.
I'm excited to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I told you before we started recording, I haven't watched it. So thank you for not ruining it for me.
No,
great show.
Too stressful.
The Bear season 4 is coming back June 15th. It's a great show. And my little comment on it really is Jeremy Allen White, great actor. Okay. He's in Shameless.
Never saw
it. Shameless? Oh my God, dude. You're missing out on some great TV.
I don't have time.
Anyway, I think he's just one of those actors.
He is good.
He's really good. The modern day that has just become like a name. and he's just so good.
Yeah.
And
Did you watch the wrestling movie with him in it?
Yes.
Oh, so good.
Yes. With Zac Efron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
so good.
The Iron Claw.
Yes. But like, I just want to like touch on him specifically. Pause. Were you thinking it?
So I wasn't. Now I am.
Got him.
So good.
I just think he's such a great actor. Like, I say this because I was just listening to a podcast today, and they were just talking about how Hollywood is struggling. Like, there's like B and C level actors that are struggling to make money because they can't get booked or whatever. And we're in this like new age where streaming platforms have kind of, taken away from theater revenue and all this stuff. So people are struggling to make money. So it's like in my opinion, he's one of the actors of the modern day. Timothée Chalamet, let's say, is like, top tier. Most popular.
Right now, sure.
Yeah, given the Dune moment and everything.
And like you said last week, Pedro Pascal, maybe.
But even Pedro Pascal, he's older though. I'm not like, Jeremy Allen White and Timothée Chalamet are younger faces, names. And I think they're one of the few of this new modern day that have been able to make a name for themselves as actors and are just like these recognizable voices and faces. And they do a very good job of doing a variety of characters.
Yeah.
So kudos to, the makers of the show and the writers and obviously like the actors. Like I've watched the show and I think it's awesome. Anyway. Okay. Moving on. Do you have anything else?
I'm liking the studio still on Apple. Okay. Me and Tori, my wife, just started Your Friends and Neighbors on Apple with John Hamm.
I've heard of it.
Money.
Have not
really
watched.
Good. Highly recommend. Yeah, that's really it for TV, movies, pop culture. Chilling.
Okay.
I just got sports now, pretty much.
Okay. All right. Before we go to sports, I got 2 more pop culture.
Give them to me.
And let's try to run through these fast. I just want to bring it up. I'll start with I guess it's kind of related to the superhero thing. It's Spider-Man related specifically. Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire version, was released 23 years ago as of this month. Wow. As of May.
The first one.
Fucking nuts.
The first one.
The Green Goblin version.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts. Such a great movie. Before you give your comments, I just want to say those movies have aged so fucking well.
Yes.
Like the CGI and everything.
Yes.
I will play them. I played them the other day for Cairo, my son, and I was just like, damn, like these don't look cheesy. They look old.
Yeah, definitely.
But
early 2000s,
but they don't look they don't look lazy. They don't look dated. They have a very like endearing style to them, and like they're really good. I feel like there's this essence of this movie that just doesn't exist in the movies today.
How so?
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because they didn't exist yet. You know what I mean?
Superhero films being good.
Like now you have so many superhero films, so it's just like maybe you're just jaded and you're just like, another one. At the time, it was so fresh and so new, you were just so excited. So maybe that's it.
Yeah, that and X-Men. X-Men kind of flipped the switch on superhero films.
Yeah, but the X-Men movies are not good.
Okay, wait. X-Men, the first one, and X-Men 2 were amazing. With the first Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
Okay, the first one was good. The second one was
good. Third one was bad.
Third one was bad.
Bad.
Yeah.
And then from there, a couple were good. Days of Future Past was money.
Days of Future Past was fucking money.
Heat.
Yes, it was.
I'll watch that right now.
Yeah.
Well, not right now.
That's one where no, it's not Xavier. It's Magneto.
Yes.
Kills him with the quarter, right? Or whatever.
Yes, I don't know. I think, but it's so good.
Nuts. Yeah. Anyway, okay, sorry. Okay, last thing for pop culture. It's been a year since Drake dropped Family Matters and Kendrick dropped Not Like Us 30 minutes after.
Oh, wow.
What do we think of the beef since? I know I've complained plenty of times.
It's over, dude. The beef's over.
Obviously, the beef is over, but I just want to hear your take. I know, I don't know if it was the last episode. One of these episodes, I was like, clearly I'm the music guy, and you made a face. So I want to give you a chance to be the music guy and give your take.
Yeah. I just think that I'm excited for what they both do now. I think.
Don't give me that political shit.
Serious.
Come on.
I want to move past it. It's true. I want to see a new Drake album. We talked about this. Kendrick won for sure. It doesn't matter though now. It's not like they won in like a fight to the death. He won a rap beef for 6 months. Whatever.
Okay. You know, I
want to hear new stuff now from Drake.
Yeah, and I mean, like I told you, like with the whole Kendrick tour, I was like, damn, this is so outplayed. Like, I don't want to hear about the whole like you beat Drake thing anymore.
Yeah, let's
like,
go.
Okay,
Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, but I will say this, and maybe I'll get some hate from this. This is my hot take. Okay. Not this is not literally my hot take for the episode, but I think Family Matters, aside from Not Like Us being like the more playable and commercial track, and dude, like I verbatim remember me telling a friend, I was like, when Euphoria dropped, I was like, okay, this is cool, whatever. I was like, I'm kind of bored with this. I was like, Kendrick needs to drop a fucking banger. If he wants to put the nail in the coffin on Drake, he needs to drop some commercial shit.
And then he did.
And he did. Yep. And I was like, I fucking called it. Okay. But prior to that, I was like, Drake's winning. I was like, I don't give a fuck about this shit. Like, you're giving me this fucking obscure shit. Like nobody gives a fuck about that.
I actually liked that stuff.
Give me one Kendrick bar that you remember
from that song from Euphoria. I don't remember any.
Exactly, and I don't think anybody else does either.
I don't really remember any bars from Not Like Us though either, except the hook.
Okay, but you remember something.
They Not Like Us. Yeah, that's all I know.
Okay, so anyway, Family Matters would have, in my opinion, been the diss track had Not Like Us not dropped. But clearly it did. And it cleared. It cleared. Okay. I'm not discrediting the fact that it cleared and it fucking ended the diss, moment, whatever, and Kendrick won. But if you listen back to Family Matters to this day, in my opinion,
it's better.
Maybe this is controversial. It's not bad. It's a fucking great diss song.
No, I was gonna say, is it better? Is it the best song out of all of them?
It's a great diss song. I think like the air got sucked out of the room because Kendrick dropped 30 minutes ago. 30 minutes after, Drake dropped.
He
so like it took the shine. Yeah. But like the video and everything was so fucking meticulously made. It was a great moment, and it got overshadowed. Kendrick did his homework and he did his shit, but So okay, well, let's move on to sports. Hit me with you started off.
I think we just need to start with the funeral and collapse and demise of the Clippers. Not often do I just get the life sucked out of me watching the sports team. It was embarrassing. I had to shut it off because they played Saturday night Game 7 against the Nuggets, who honestly are a great team, but they play like 6-7 dudes. The Clippers were favored, I think, going in, and they won Game 6, at home to push it to Game 7. Went to the Nuggets' house and just didn't show up, dude.
Bro, it seemed like they got paid to lose.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but they just didn't show up.
That's how bad they played. You would have thought that they just were not trying, and they just like got paid intentionally to do that bad, because that is how terrible they were.
Yeah. I don't want to take a dump on any like particular players, but James Harden needed to be better.
What is going on, dude? Like, does James Harden just not win any Game 7s? Is it just like a curse or what?
Yeah, he's known now.
Yeah, I saw. I've seen the whole social media. Like,
but I like him so much as a player, as a
guy.
Me
too. I love like the persona and the personality that he brings to the game. But
yeah. So bye Clippers.
Did you see that? Hold on. Did you see the Kobe clip?
Which one?
It's like this old Kobe clip where he's like talking about like the style of play that James Harden brings to the game, and Kobe, rest in peace, is like saying like, yeah, James Harden's a great player, and I'm obviously not doing I'm not doing a great job of retelling it, but he's like, that type of attitude and gameplay will never win a championship.
Did he actually say that?
He said that, yes,
about James.
He didn't call him out specifically, but he called out the gameplay style that he brings.
See, it's hard for me to disagree with Kobe because he can't argue right now.
Yeah.
But I disagree with Kobe on that. I think that
because how can you? He hasn't won.
No, but
he being James Harden.
It's not the style per se. If James Harden plays just his style,
what is it, the
plays
laziness?
Well, no, it's not even the laziness. It's just take
the
your
lack
shots.
of defense.
It's yeah. You're right. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just he needed to take more shots. He needed to, even if they're not going down, you need to play better D. You need to get your teammates involved.
Kawhi was disappointing.
like I said, turn it off, bro. Once it got down 25 points.
I was like, damn, like you guys just don't look like you're trying at all.
Yeah.
So
I was at dinner.
I expected a way better game.
And I had to turn
I expected effort. I expected blood, like diving for. This is exactly what I was talking about in the past. Like this looked like a regular season game.
Okay, well.
Anyway.
Now you're happy they're out. Lakers in 5 didn't happen. It was actually
Lakers
Wolves in 5. Lakers looked bad.
Lakers are trash.
Luka looked bad.
Luka looked like
LeBron
he just
looked
chugged
old.
6 beers.
The Lakers had no any type of post answer for Rudy Gobert.
You were right.
I was right.
You were right.
I'm always
okay.
right.
Let the record show. I'm giving Jeff his flowers.
Finally. Damn.
You were right. They needed a big man.
Yes.
Because Rudy Gobert. Fuck Rudy Gobert.
Okay, wait, you can't say that.
Yes, I can.
Because
fuck Rudy Gobert.
Oh
He had a career high game.
Yeah, 25 boards.
Okay, I'm not saying he had a terrible
25.
game. He played phenomenal,
Yeah.
but he shouldn't have. Fuck Rudy Gobert.
Dude,
he shouldn't have had that.
He's a great player, and
I'm not saying he's not. I just don't like him.
Okay. So Lakers are out. The whole first round is done now, right?
Yes.
So who do you think is the favorite right now, and who is your pick to win right now out of all the teams that are left?
I want the Timberwolves to take
The
it.
Wolves to win
because of Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
I'm an Anthony Edwards fan. At this point, I'm like, fuck it. I'm rooting for him just because of the attitude and the new blood in the league, and like I want the story.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I'm rooting for.
Okay.
Yes. Fuck the Warriors. I'm only say that because like despite them being a West Coast team and sure they can represent and everything, they've had it enough. Steph is old. Like. And yeah, they got Jimmy Butler, and like this is a great dynamic. They played great last night, but that would be a boring win for me. Like I want something new. I want something exciting. I want the Timberwolves to take it.
Okay, so if you want the T-Wolves to win, but who is your pick?
The T-Wolves.
So you want them to win, and you think they're going to win?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair. I think the Celtics repeat.
Yeah, fuck this. See, this is my thing.
Oh my gosh, let's not
so
start.
Fucking boring.
No,
what are they gonna do?
Let's not start.
They're just gonna shoot themselves into another championship. Boring.
They're my pick right
come
now.
on, just 3-pointers. They're gonna shoot me to death.
I think the Celtics get past I think that the Cavs still come back and take that series. So I'll say Celtics and Thunder in the finals, and I'll say the Celtics beat the Thunder in a little bit of an upset. I think. In 6 in the finals.
So you think the Thunders are going to take it against
the Thunder are the best team in the West. I think them and the Wolves probably make it out.
I like SGA.
Yeah.
I like SGA. So
do you know any other players on the Thunder?
No, I don't. I hope they smack the Nuggets. You fucker. I know what you're doing. You're trying to set me up. Okay.
Sorry.
Whatever.
You know Chet Holmgren?
Whatever. No, I don't actually.
Oh, really? The tall white guy?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah. The second round is here, baby. We're rolling.
Yeah. Hey, give me some credit. This
SGA.
Is the most.
You know SGA.
You know SGA. Yeah. I'll give you some credit. This is the most I've paid attention to basketball in years.
Yeah, true.
So
true. Let's go. Not more serious of a topic, but Coach Pop is retiring from coaching.
Yes,
and he is now. Did you see the press conference today?
No, I did not.
So he handed over the reins to the new head coach, kind of gave him his blessing, and now he didn't anoint himself as the boss, but he is now like the president slash. He even had a jersey or something that said El Jefe.
That's awesome,
right? Yeah. So
that's so cool.
He had a stroke a few months back, and it's just good to see him walking around, being able to speak to the press, and I'm excited to see what the Spurs do going forward because they're getting Wemby back. They have De'Aaron Fox. They have Stephen Castle, the Rookie of the Year. So I don't know. Pop, at least for me growing up, I hated Pop because he was the coach of such a good team.
Such a great team with Tim Duncan. Yeah,
Timmy, Tony, Manu.
Yeah,
even, David Robinson.
And then
Kawhi coming. You have all those.
What an
guys.
era.
And the Spurs were always
so consistent and
so
clean
consistent,
with their gameplay too.
And like you said, this probably goes back to everyone said that they were boring to watch because they were so fundamental and so good.
They were so fundamental.
Yeah.
I mean, Tim Duncan should not have been Tim Duncan, but it was just the game play was made for him, and he was very fundamental. Yes.
And Pop, being coach of them, being coach of USA, and just being a good guy, being a mentor, like a father figure to a lot of NBA players. I'll never forget when DeMar DeRozan. I think his father passed.
Yes.
And Coach Pop just gave him, Pop stayed with him in the hotel, I think overnight, just, to console and be there for him. Stuff like that. When I see it, when I hear about it.
Great man.
It just makes me think of like the power of a good coach.
And just being a good person, a good man. Yeah. I think like that garners a lot of respect.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear the name John Wooden all the time just because of like the way he coached, and like I think what's great about sports is that the role of the coach, you take on this role of a leader, obviously, but it's like an emotional, motivational position, you know, like you have to tap into the emotions and the humanity of each player. And I think that as many coaches as there are in the league, there's few and far between the ones that make an impact year to year, and even fewer that make an impact over decades.
Yeah.
And he's one of them.
Yeah.
And I would even like, I can't remember any other coach aside from like him and actually, I mean,
NBA coaches you talking about?
Yeah, NBA coaches. Like, I think I would say that he gets put into like one of like the greatest of all time coaches like conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, for sure.
Maybe
Just,
not the one,
not
but
the greatest of all time, but
sure.
he's put into that bubble or that category of you know the tens or 20s or whatever, what have you, just because of the way he carries himself and the way he led the team or the Spurs for such a long franchise for such a long time. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
And it's also crazy that we're, you know, in our 30s reaching this moment because like
it's serious. Like it's sad to see him go, but you're just happy to have watched his coaching career, at least most of it. You know, I can't remember everything, but there's so many good moments.
Yeah, so good.
Do you remember when the game started? They were playing the Suns, and it was right when Shaq had been moved to the Suns, and this is back when, you know, Hack-a-Shaq was like a thing. So as soon as the game started, the Spurs fouled Shaq immediately, and Shaq turns over to Pop, and Pop is just like giving him a thumbs up.
I don't remember that, but that's so fucking funny.
It's so good, dude. And then Shaq's just laughing. You know, it's just stuff like that, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Good stuff.
I think this is kind of related to something that we talked about earlier in the episode, and you know, but how do I tee this up? I just feel like it's so important to not downplay what you can do as an individual, and this is something that I've recently tried to do better at, because I think that for the longest time, and it hasn't been until now that I'm in my 30s that I've actually like got a hold of this. For the longest time, I've always like downplayed what I can do, and I've always assumed that other people think like me, or they are thinking the same things that I am, or they are willing to do the same things that I am in like the workspace. So this is more of just like I guess like a hot take of like, you know, if you feel like you have more to offer, you know, in a work environment or just in general, like you should own it and work on being more confident. Yes, in your abilities, because a lot of other people, something that I've ran into a lot is there are people out there that are delusional.
How so?
They just think that they can do so much, and they are not very talented, and they are doing better than you because you lack the confidence to show up.
Or to try.
When it's like you might actually have the skills, but because you lack the confidence or you're unsure of yourself, you allow someone else to step in and do the work that you can do
better than them. Yeah.
By like a mile, mind you. And this is something that I struggled, like younger me struggled with. And I mean, you know, like this, you could tie this to like maybe this is like a childhood trauma thing or whatever, but I think this is something that I struggled with very early on, that I just assumed that it's like, oh, well, I don't know, I'm just like the kid or whatever. And like, even in my early career, like my job, like I just assumed that I was just like the kid. And it hasn't been until like the past 5 years of my life that I've slowly started to get past this hump of like, no, like I've dedicated my life to learning how to do things, man. I mean, you know me, like I was learning Photoshop when I was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
Like how many 12-year-olds, how many people when we were in middle school, like, did you know that we're going home and instead of playing video games, they were on YouTube trying to figure out a skill, you know? Like I was that kid.
Making music.
And it's like, if you're that kid, why are you downplaying your skills or what you can bring to the table?
The time you put into it.
And the time you put into it. And this is something that struck a chord for me this past week. I had an experience, or a conversation, I should say, at work where I had a conversation with someone, and I was just like, hey, like, you know, because without saying too much, I've been doing very well in my work environment. And I think that I had a moment of reflection where I was thinking back to a younger version of myself where I doubted what my capabilities were. I was unsure of like how much I knew about what I was doing. Mm-hmm. And then now, like, fast forward, I think that I show up and I am very dedicated to not just showing up and presenting my ideas and showing my skill set, but also going the extra mile and doing things that other people are not willing to do. And I think that all of that comes from, you know, the young teenager in me that put in the work. Mm-hmm. And this is more of just like a hot take of, I just think that we shouldn't be afraid and we shouldn't be hesitant to show what we can do.
Show our worth.
Yeah, show our worth. So that's one. And then my second one is I don't know why people think that it's weird to do things alone. I don't know if you've heard this before. Like,
I don't think it is.
In general, okay? And mind you, I do think back to when I was like in high school, maybe early college, and not. It's like I wouldn't want to ever think about going to eat at a restaurant by myself, for example, because it's like, oh, why would you do that? Mm-hmm. But now, and maybe this like got enhanced after having a child, because like as a parent, you just search for those moments where you have a break and you're just like being able to clear your head and have that peace of mind and moment to just think. But goddamn, like, spending time alone is so beautiful. Yeah. And it's so fun. Yeah. It's so fun. I mean, I told you about my Miami trip for work. I went to Miami last October to Adobe Max, and I was out there by myself, and it just made me realize, like, wow, like I really need to travel by myself because it's so much fun to be in a foreign environment and be forced to meet people and talk to people and get to know them and ask them questions and figure out their story. You learn so much about yourself. Yeah. Number one. And also, like, you're free
to do whatever you want.
And you also challenge yourself to just like flex your people skills. Yeah. Flex your social skills, ask the right questions, make friends. And I think that's so important. It's like such a human thing. Oh, yeah. And I think a lot of times we're so scared. It's like, oh, what are people going to think of me? Oh my God, am I going to be awkward? It's like, no, shut the fuck up. Like, stop being so fucking awkward. So this is my hot take. People need to stop being so fucking insecure, especially when you're fucking 30 years old. Like, you need to be able to go out into the world, go eat by yourself, go talk to a stranger, be at a bar, make a new friend. And this is something that, like, I think that as we get older, you have your friends that, you know, maybe you were friends with from high school, whatever, and you're so stuck in your way to like just only stick to your friends in your comfort zone, your little bubble. Comfortable bubble in your house. It's like, no, fuck you. Stop being so comfortable. Do something else. Meet someone else. Ask them questions. Learn about someone else. Fuck you. Stop being a fucking wiener.
Jesus.
No, I'm passionate about this because people like try to like make it sound like it's so weird. Like, no, you're fucking weird for being so insecure and not being able to talk to people. Anyway, this is my learning from like the conversation I have with people at work. They like we're trying to make it sound weird, like no, oh, it's so weird to go to the theater by yourself. First of all, if there's any situation to go to do something by yourself, it's the fucking movies.
You're watching
because why would you go with someone? You're not talking to them. Yeah. Hopefully.
You shouldn't be. If you are, you
shouldn't be.
You're messing up the experience.
But man, it's so much fun to be out in the world, like at a bar, or even like if you're at the mall, whatever, and just have a conversation with a stranger, and like just like see, it's like how much can I get to know this person, or like break this barrier, this wall. It's such a fun puzzle.
Yeah, and you'll see maybe even in their face, they think to themselves, "Wait, why is this person talking to me?" Exactly. But then usually what happens is they'll be like, "Oh, this is nice.
Yes,
it's nice that this random person reached out and said hello and asked me how I'm doing and asked me why I'm wearing this hat or whatever, you know?
Yes. And it's refreshing not just to you, but to them.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
It's probably the one thing in their day that's not ordinary.
Yeah. And like to me, maybe this is like a bad way to put it, but it's like chess for me. It's like let me see how I can get in with this person and break the walls down to like disarm them and make them my friend. I'm going to befriend this person.
Have you
like
seen
that's the mission. And it works.
Yeah.
I think I'm good at that.
I don't know how this is going to come across, and I don't know if I kind of shared it with you, but let's see. My hot take is that every sports team, every professional sports team should be able to cheat one time during the season. At least.
Oh my God.
And it's up to the league to catch them cheating. And once they are found out and caught, they can no longer cheat. But that's the thing. Like, you can cheat in so many different ways. I think that would make sports way more fun to watch, because honestly, if we're really thinking about it, sports are more fun when people are cheating. Think about baseball, when everybody was using PEDs and they were looking like wrestlers out there, jacking home runs left and right. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa. Remember Sammy Sosa's corked bat?
No.
Okay. Well, he was cheating and he was hitting like 75 homers. Now let's go into different sports. Football. Remember, like, the whole Deflategate,
yep.
Spygate, whatever you want to call it, with the Patriots. Like, that was fun to talk about because the Patriots were, quote unquote, cheating.
Yeah.
So every sports team, at least once in their season, should have the opportunity to cheat.
Like, from a strategy
point of view. And once they're found out, like, oh, the league caught them. That's their one cheating moment.
It's almost
this
like
year.
You give a chance to give the coaching staff a way to get in the game.
Yes. And obviously, would this actually work? No, I'm being dumb. But I
like it, though.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think.
You're bringing up an interesting point.
Yeah, because when we think about it, most teams are probably cheating in one way or another, right? They're doing things already anyway, right? So push it so other teams realize it's okay until you're caught. I bring this up because
that was competitive, at least.
To
even it out. Okay.
The head coach for Michigan football is suspended 2 games next year for the.
You had to hold up your.
Yes, for Michigan football is suspended. His name's Sharon Moore, and he's getting suspended for his involvement in the signal stealing of other schools like 3 years ago, which I think is stupid because John Harbaugh, I forget. Harbaugh was already found guilty of whatever he did. So why is the new coach, Sharon Moore, even if he did delete some text messages, whatever, now he's guilty as well? It's stupid. Just dumb. Dumb.
Give them all a chance.
Give them a chance.
Give them all a chance to cheat.
If they're cheating and doing stuff like Michigan,
give us all a chance to cheat.
A big deal.
We're gonna clip this and not give any context. Give us all a chance to cheat.
I don't know. Just people are getting fined or penalized for this kind of cheating is stupid when every team is cheating. So make it so every team can cheat at least a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. All right. What hurts this week?
Yeah.
So for me, what hurts this week, primarily, dude, I'm still sick, man. I don't know, like, if you've heard me cough.
I've actually tell the voice.
You can hear it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. So it's not just you. My brother told me the same. He's like, you don't sound very good. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Man, apparently, like, the vacation just did me under. It's been like, what, a month now?
At least.
Practically.
The Arizona trip?
Yes, dude. I still have a cough.
That's not normal, dude.
Yeah, I need to go get checked out. I'm probably going to go to urgent care to just get a chest scan or something because I don't know. Maybe.
Do you feel fine?
I feel fine, but the cough is just so prevalent. Like in the mornings and at night, it's just so strong. Like there's been nights where I struggle to fall asleep because I just can't hold the cough in. Like right now, the cough is mild. It's always during the day the cough is mild, but at night it kicks in.
Yeah.
So
get better, dude.
That's one.
Figure it out.
We will. My other one is what hurts this week. People being fucking idiots. So this is coming from this past weekend. Okay. you might not know what this is, but there's a place called Adventure City, which is like a very like mini small theme park for kids, you know, primarily like between like toddler age to like, we'll say
Like Chuck E. Cheese?
no, it's like, it's way cooler than Chuck E. Cheese. It's like, think of it like a very mini Knott's Berry Farm.
Castle Park.
It's a little cooler than the Castle Park. It's a little more legit than Castle Park.
Okay.
But it's very like small. It's very mini. But they have like 2 little roller coasters. They have like a carousel ride. They have like this like bus ride that like, you know, kind of like the Knott's Berry Farm one that you like, it lifts you up and then you go down and everything. They have like a airplane ride that like you like lift up, kind of like the Dumbo ride at Disneyland. They have a petting zoo. They got some other little rides here and there.
Okay, well, tell me what happened.
Anyway, so, you know, we go, I took Cairo this past weekend and everything was good. Had a great time. And it's like getting towards the end of the day and Cairo really liked the bus ride. So we go back towards the bus ride.
Do it one more time.
Do it one more time. We're in line. Okay. And this Hispanic family, like I'm guessing, well, I'm not guessing. Like, so it was told to me that it was this little girl's birthday. So family starts, you know, like whenever you're in a theme park, you'll have people like cut in line with you. Like, right. They'll be like, oh, hey, my family member's over there. Let me like, just excuse me. Let me get out here. Right. Yeah. I mean, they're not usually lying. Like usually it's legit, but anyway, usually like it's like 2 people, 3 people, whatever. Okay. I shit you not. It was like 8 to 10 family members
that were going through.
Yes. And this is like a little kid's theme park.
What'd you do?
Well, in my head, immediately I'm thinking like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you guys are grown ass adults. Why are you cutting the line
of other adults
and kids primarily?
Yeah.
Like, what are you thinking? And I mean, look, you know me. I feel like it takes a lot for me to get emotional
or angry.
Well,
you get angry sometimes.
But maybe, yeah. Sure. But I got to the point where I was definitely thinking it in my head, but I hadn't quite said anything out loud. The guy in front of me, it's like this like guy and his son, and he's like, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, and he starts like, you know, and it's like maybe like 2 girls, 2 dudes, like this older guy and like another girl. And he's like face to face with this guy, and like they start getting upset because it's like, oh, like what's your problem? Like, it's my niece's birthday, blah blah blah. We're just trying to get in with them. And then he's like, okay, like what does that have to do with me? I was like, I'm with my son. Just because it's your niece's birthday, like that doesn't give you the right to just cut everyone in line. Like it's okay if it's 2 people, but what the fuck are you guys doing? Like it's 8, 10 people. You have to keep in mind, like there's other kids here. Yeah. Everyone pays to get in, and it became this whole thing, and they were going at it.
What'd you do?
Well, I was trying to like stay calm because I had Kyra in front of me. I'm not trying to get into it and like, you know, whatever. But it was very obvious that the guy in front of me was like super heated. So like, you know, they got into it. They have their whole interaction. This older guy that was with them like steps out of line because he clearly felt uncomfortable, whatever. Mm-hmm. And the guy that's in front of me is like heated. We walk a little bit more, and there's like this like maybe like young 20-year-old guy that was in the same party as this family that was cutting everyone, and he's like heated too, and he's like mouthing off, and I'm just like, fuck, like you need to shut. In my head, I'm thinking like you need to shut the fuck up because like there's kids in here, and you're over here being disrespectful in front of kids. Yeah. Like, these are toddlers. Like this isn't time for you to flex and be like this like
don't be
angry person or whatever. Exactly. Like be respectful to the people around you. Yeah. So it was. I could feel myself getting angry,
bubbling up.
Yes, I could feel myself bubbling up because I was like, damn, like you're being a fucking idiot. And it blew my mind that these people could not understand what was wrong with their approach. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, it's one thing. It's like, okay, if you want to be with your party because it's your niece's birthday, get your entire fucking party and bring them all to the back of the line and let everyone else go in front of you. Well, you don't just expect to just cut everyone. It just blew my mind, dude. Like people have no fucking consideration for people. Anyway, like
they don't get it. They
don't get it. Fast forward to the story. Like the dude in front of me is like still mouthing off, and like there's these 2 girls in front of him that had cut the line, and like one of them's like this like Hispanic girl, and she's like, oh, Like, do you just want to cut the line? Because you just won't shut the fuck up. Like, do you need to you want to shut the fuck up and just cut us? And I'm thinking like, bitch, like you cut everyone.
She said that to you?
No, she was saying it to the guy that was in front of me that was like mouthing off to her. And she was trying to make it seem like he was the problem. And in my head, I'm like, should I start to interject here? Because he was being a little aggressive and, you know, she was taking it a certain way because he was being aggressive. But in my head, I'm like, you're in the wrong, like to them, because they don't see what's wrong with their approach. Like, you are completely disregarding everyone else just because it's your niece's birthday. Like, who gives a fuck? I mean, like, you know, happy birthday to your niece, whatever. But like, just because it's your niece's birthday doesn't mean that everyone all of a sudden like steps aside just because it's your niece's birthday. There's other kids here. Everyone pays to get in this park. Like, it's not, you don't get special privilege. You know, we don't all bow down to you just because it's your niece's birthday. And it blew my mind that these grown-ass adults couldn't understand that. It had no regard for other people, other humans in their space. So it got to the point where like the mom finally comes around and she was like trying to be like, oh no, fuck them. Like, we're going. And she was like trying to cut like regardless. And that's when I stepped in and I was like, no, I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, fuck no. I was like, look, I don't know what you guys think this is. I was like, this is not going to fly. I was like, just because it's your niece's birthday or your daughter's birthday, whatever. I was like, you don't get to cut the line. I was like, just because it's your daughter's birthday doesn't mean that she has priority over all these kids. Like, everyone here paid to get in this park.
You said this.
Yes, I to her face. Yes, fuck that bitch.
Good.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I got a little heated. But I was like, you don't get priority over these kids or my son. Like, just because you think that it's like, you know, your privilege
day.
Yeah, your day. And it's like you get to cut everyone. Like, no. Like, if you want to have your party with you, gather them all, get to the back of the line, and then you can do it that way. But you don't get to skip the line and get in front of everybody. And it just pissed me off. And it just like reminded me of how many stupid fucking people there are out there. Sorry. I'm sorry that I'm being so aggressive with my language here. But like, it's just so frustrating, dude. Like, people in the world are so fucking stupid. They're idiots. And it's just like, goddamn, like,
so eventually
use your fucking brain.
Did they go to the back of the line?
No.
They actually cut.
Well, I mean, like, at that point, she like stepped out of the line and like the rest of her party had already gone on the ride. But they try to flip it on the guy in front. And that's when I had stepped in because like they kept on being disrespectful to the guy. And I was like, yo, you need to shut the fuck up. Because you're like being disrespectful. I didn't say shut the fuck up, but I was, I thought I handled it actually very well in the moment because I was both respectful, but I also like told them
strong.
Like,
no, this ain't gonna fly.
Yes, like, no. And like they all shut the fuck up because I mean I'm also a 6'5" male, you know, but I was just like I was so frustrated, man, because it's like, what are you guys doing? Like, this is a kid's park. Like, you're grown ass adults. Like, what are you thinking?
You're teaching them the wrong things.
You're teaching them your kids the wrong things, and you're also behaving incorrectly, and your logic is wrong. Oh, it got me so riled up.
I could tell.
And it's just like, you run into this so often in the world where people are just fucking stupid in so many ways, and they have no regard for other people in their space. I run into it so often, whether it's in traffic or at a fucking mall or whatever. Like, people have no fucking regard for like their space or people around them. It's like, pay attention, open your fucking eyes. My goodness. Like, it's not all about you. Sorry. Okay, I'm done.
Pretty good.
That's one of my words this week. Sorry. Your dad's probably gonna be like, damn, Adrian said fuck a lot, even though he wasn't drunk.
I actually feel really good this week. I don't know if I have anything that can follow that. I'm feeling pretty damn good. I'm happy. I'm healthy.
Great. I'm happy for you.
The only thing that I was thinking of. Feeling pretty
good. Sorry. It's so good.
The only thing that came to mind when the Lakers lost was, it's not even a what hurt, it's more of just a me thinking that we've seen full careers of athletes take place, right? So even though LeBron hasn't
fully retired.
Fully retired. Yeah,
you can kind of see it. Yeah,
it's on its way at some point. So it just made me kind of reflect and think back at how lucky we are to have seen, his whole career from the day he was drafted, even when he was in high school, right? But it's just it's weird and interesting and awesome and sad at the same time of seeing these pro athletes who are the best at their craft, reach the highest peak of that sport and then, also decline in their abilities too.
It makes you feel old too.
It makes you feel like, at least for me, for a long time when I, was watching my favorite athletes, I was always like, they're 28 in their physical prime. I'm 25. Like I can get there. I still have time to do that. Right. At least for me.
And now you're just like,
I was like, dang, I missed my chance, man. I always thought for a while that I would be able to dunk by age, 28 through 30, my physical peak. And then now that it's come and gone, I'm like, no, I don't think I'll ever be able to dunk. Yeah. And just watching these athletes, do their thing for 20 years or whatever. It's cool. It's sad. Yeah. It's all the things.
Speaking of physical peak, and do you want to add anything else? Because I'm going to completely shift it, but we're just staying on the topic of physical peak and like being out of it. And this is like putting into perspective other people that are actually in their physical peak. Mm-hmm. I saw this clip of what's his name? Is it Sammy in wrestling? Sami
Zayn?
Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
There's this clip of him where he's facing. I think it's John Cena. Like this is like from years past.
I don't know.
And he like comes in. It's like a main event match, and he's like throwing his hands up, and he's like doing it so aggressively that his left shoulder dislocates.
Oh,
do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I've seen the clip.
Yeah. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
These are people that are in shape.
In great shape.
And he's just doing it so fucking strong that his entire shoulder pops out.
Yeah.
And then he tells, I don't know who it was in the ring, but he tells like the person in the ring, like, hey, just let John Cena know I just dislocated my shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Was it Randy Orton? Are you talking about when Randy was hitting the mat?
No, it was John Cena.
No. But so it was Sami Zayn though that threw his shoulder up.
Yes, like no, he goes in and he's like hyping up the crowd and he's like throwing his hands in the air.
I see.
And on one of the times that he goes up with his arms, he you can just see his left arm like just like kind of die.
Yeah,
and it's because he dislocates it.
Yeah, and
you can tell like that he like still goes with it because it's like the fucking main event.
It's live.
Yeah, it's live. And he whispers to the guy that's managing, like whoever's doing, the in between guy, whatever, between him and John Cena. It's not the ref. He's like, it's I forget who it is.
Manager.
It's another like wrestling personality. I forget who it is in that moment, but I saw this highlight and I was like, fuck, dude,
like that can happen to him.
That probably was painful. Number one, and he just like brushes it off like it's nothing. And here we are, like out of shape, like not in our physical prime. I mean, like we're still young though. We can still, stay in shape as best we can. But damn, like that really like it made me think and put things into perspective. To your point of like this whole reflection of like athletes and their prime. So anyway,
I was playing ball on Saturday, and I always take the challenge to try and guard the other team's best player at the top of the key because I like to play the point.
You dummy.
Yeah. Dude, my feet are so slow. I got crossed.
I love it though.
So bad a couple of times.
I really want to play basketball.
Yeah.
With you.
Yeah, come. I was wearing this sounds super lame. I was wearing a long sleeve blue shirt, so they started calling me Mr. Fantastic.
Oh my God. Oh, because you got the gray in your hair too?
Yes.
You got the gray in your hair too?
So then they got my confidence up, and I was like, yeah, I'm pulling from anywhere now. And then I airballed 3 in a row.
It was an invisible woman.
Yeah. She was guarding me too quick. Or, I don't know. Just basketball is just so fun though. The ebbs and flows, right?
Yeah, it is.
Can we do the what feels good really fast? I'll be fast.
Oh yeah.
You want to go or you want to go?
I don't have anything that feels good.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
So my golfers at my school, we had league finals, individual league finals, and 2 of them got top 10. So they started playing 4 months ago, dude. And they, were brand new, had never picked up a club.
That's really cool.
And with the help of my other coach and the support of many people, providing clubs, funds, whatever. They got top 10 in our league, and they're golfers, dude. They're hooked.
That's really dope, man.
Yeah.
kudos to those kids for actually, committing to playing a sport and following through with that. That's
Really
dope.
cool.
That's dope, man. And I think it's really cool what you're doing.
Yeah. And then last one, I got to give a shout out. We celebrated my mama on Saturday for Mother's Day. So just wanted to give a shout out to my mom.
Mama Warren,
to my grandma Warren as well. Just I felt very lucky just to even go to Cash Cantina and celebrate with a little dinner.
That's really cool.
Just felt very blessed to be around them and very thankful for them.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, I know Mother's Day is next.
It's early.
Sunday,
I know we're saying it early, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I wish you well.
Yeah.
Is that weird to say? Is that weird to say?
I wish you well.
What else do I say? Just Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. You guys are awesome.
Okay, I love you. You guys are awesome. Happy Mother's Day.
I wish you well.
I don't know what else to say. Okay, don't make it awkward. Okay, I'm just trying to be positive.
Yeah, I know. All right, we have our 2000s rappers draft to end the
Okay, our
episode.
5v5 draft. I'm about to shit on Jeff.
Starting five.
Oh, mind you, let's not forget that I dominated this motherfucker.
It wasn't a domination.
It was a domination.
No.
Actually, it wasn't. You know what's funny? It's funny, though. I said this before the episode.
Yeah.
I called it the last episode. As Jeff was giving all of his picks, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? These are like some Gen Z ass picks.
They were not Gen Z.
And then, sure enough, on the Midlife Crisis podcast Instagram page, the majority of people that voted were like, yeah, you won. But the majority of people that voted were fucking teenagers. And I'm like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And I posted it, to be fair, though, and to put perspective in. And I want, for this week, you put it on your page, I put it on my page, and we'll do the Midlife Crisis page to keep it fair.
Okay. I don't know how to do that, but
I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay. But I called it, and it's like all these teenagers are voting for your picks, and I'm like, fuck no.
Last year
and
was
I posted it on my page, and it was a fucking landslide.
Last week was Disney shows, and I'll give you the win. Whatever, it's fine. This week we're doing top 2000s from 2000 to 2010 hip hop artists or rappers, and we're going
top
based
2000s rappers specifically.
Rappers. Oh, so could it be a hip hop group?
Oh, we're going. Sure, whatever. I'll give it to you.
Hip hop group rappers.
We're going off impact and cultural relevance.
Impact
2000s. Okay, let's keep this in mind. 2000
years.
2000 to 2010.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Rochambeau.
Yep.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Whoa.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Damn.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh
Rock,
my.
paper, scissors, shoot.
Got him. Got him. Wow.
All right, you go first. Go ahead.
That was crazy. I'm gonna go Kanye.
You're an idiot.
Why?
I'm going Eminem.
Okay, for 2000s? Kanye, right?
This man does not know.
Yeah, Kanye for sure.
This is a white man, people. This is a white man.
Should I have gone Eminem for the 2000s?
Yes.
Whatever. I went
You're
Kanye.
fucking stupid.
Whatever.
Yes, you should have gone Eminem.
Okay, I'm gonna go Kanye.
Great pick. I'll take Eminem.
Kanye for 2000.
I'll take the top selling rapper.
I don't think selling has anything to do with this. So
and impact in the 2000s. Yes. Are you kidding me?
Fair.
His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti.
Okay. I went Kanye. You took Eminem. I'm gonna go with. Ooh. I'll take Lil Wayne.
Oh God. Okay, I was about to say, if you pick anything else, you're stupid.
I'll take Lil Wayne.
That was a great pick. Okay.
Who you got?
Fuck, you got some good picks. Okay, I'm gonna go 50 Cent.
50 Cent. Curtis. I told you about 25 Cent, right?
No, fuck you. Yeah, I did.
The
little mini midget wrestler.
He was awesome. All right, I'm gonna go. I have Kanye and I have Lil Wayne. I'm gonna go with Lil Jon.
Lil Jon's not a rapper, but I'll give it to you.
Lil Jon is for
I'll
sure.
give it to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Lil Jon. I
probably like spike the mic levels right there.
Give me all the Lils.
Okay, I'm gonna go for 2000s. I'm gonna go T.I.
Oh, interesting. I had him on my list.
What do you mean interesting? That's the right pick.
All right, I was gonna take him next.
Who are you telling?
I was gonna take him next. Ooh.
Damn, you might have won this just because of Kanye alone, to be honest.
I thought you said it was a bad pick.
It's a great pick because here's the thing. It's like I'm gonna
go like top
hold on.
7.
No, hold on. I just want to be clear here. When we do the polls, people don't think. They just see the names.
Dude, you're insulting the audience.
Whatever. This is honest. People don't think. They're just gonna see the names and they're just gonna like go off emotional instinct.
Okay.
And when people see Kanye and they think 2000s, they're gonna vote for you.
Well, I think people hate Kanye right now, right?
Yes, but the people that are actual Kanye fans are going to vote for you. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna go Andre 3000.
That is a great fucking pick. You asshole.
We're only doing 5. Or can we have one on the bench?
Hold on. I got Eminem, 50 Cent. Who else?
T.I.
So I got 3 so far? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to go Jay-Z.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't have him on my list.
Gotta get that dirt.
I've never been a Jay-Z fan.
Dirt off your shoulders. You got to brush.
I don't know why.
Dirt off your shoulders.
Ooh, you might disagree. Ooh. Wow.
Wow, wee woo.
I'm gonna go. Okay, can I go T-Pain? Will you give me T-Pain?
No, that's not a rapper.
He raps though.
No, because had we done just 2000s, we'll do 2000s artists as a whole on another one.
Okay,
We're doing rappers.
All right. Then I'm gonna go with DMX.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna go DMX.
That's a good one.
You have one more.
Do I?
Well, if we're doing 5 only, then yeah, I'm done.
4. Okay. Fuck. I have 2 good ones.
I want to do one on the bench.
Better one. You want to do one on the bench?
Yeah, I want one more.
My next one's Nelly.
Okay. Oh, wait. So you can have Nelly. I can't have T-Pain?
Nelly is a rapper.
T-Pain's a rapper.
T-Pain is a singer.
No,
primarily.
T-Pain literally
Nelly is a rapper primarily.
Oh my goodness.
I also just farted.
You're not going to give me T-Pain and you're going to take Nelly?
Yes. You sound dumb. What are you talking about? T-Pain is a singer.
T-Pain has rap lyrics on his song.
Okay, Nelly has rap lyrics on his song. Guess what? Because he's
both,
a rapper.
They're both hip-hop artists.
Oh, Jesus. Take the wheel.
I won't take T-Pain.
No,
I would have.
But you better give me.
So you have Nelly. Dude, Nelly's not even hip hop rap most of the time.
Country grammar. Okay.
My last one. I'm gonna take Sean Paul as my on the bench.
You know, that is an obscure one because it's technically like not rapper, but I had it on my list.
Really? I love Sean Paul.
And I thought that's a great one.
Yeah.
And I thought like, oh, maybe he wouldn't give it to me. So I'll give it to you though. I'll give that one to you over T-Pain.
Okay. Yeah.
And my last one will be Ludacris.
Okay. Nice.
Luda.
That's fine. That's good. That's a good balanced
list
right
This
there.
is going to be a tough one.
I like this one.
This is going to be a tough one.
Luda. Wow. Did I spell his name right? I don't know.
Ludacris. Just one way to spell
is it C-H-R-I-S? Ludacris?
L-U-A-D-A-C-R-I-S.
So no C-H.
No H.
So he spells Chris the wrong way.
Yes, we do. Okay. I think I'm going to... Actually, okay, read it back. Let's see.
All right.
What do you got?
Adrian has his first pick, Eminem. Yes. He has 50 Cent, Curtis. He has T.I. He has Jay-Z, Nelly, and on the bench, coming off the bench, 6-man Ludacris.
Dude, I got some great fucking picks.
Jeffrey has first pick, Kanye, Yeezy West. Second pick,
Kanye to the
Lil Wayne. Third pick, Lil Jon. Fourth pick, Andre 3000.
3 stacks.
3 stacks. Fifth pick, DMX. And on the bench, the 6-man, Sean Paul. I was really close.
She be burning, not concerning what nobody gotta say.
I was going to ask you.
I think it's We Be Burning.
On my list was Diddy. But I don't actually...
Sorry, we have to clip this.
Well, I'm being serious.
I know.
Because I don't really know the impact that he had back then. Like,
I think Diddy was more 90s.
More 90s,
though.
okay.
Like, primarily, yeah.
Okay.
He did have some records that came out in the 2000s, but it wasn't like... Yeah, the artists that we mentioned were more 2000s.
Impactful 2000s.
Like, on my list, for example, I had... I'll share some of the other ones I got. I had Missy Elliott. I also had Andre 3K. Mm-hmm. I had Sean Paul. I had Fat Joe. I had Nas. And then I just stopped typing because I figured these were...
Yeah. All right, man. Good job. High five.
Yeah.
Just kidding. F you. All right, big dogs. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you. This was number 9, episode 9, Rise of the Sky, Midlifers, whatever it is.
Yeah, great episode.
But thanks for sticking around. We appreciate it. See you in a week. Have a good one.